Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. And first of all, let me thank Dr. Neha and Dr. Skantesh who invited me to this wonderful group. So, uh, as you all know, I'll be dealing with introduction to Raga therapy, and I'm very happy to work with you all. So, I think we'll start with a prayer. That will be that will be the best thing to do when we begin a session on Raga therapy. ॐ हरिश्रीगणपतये नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणे विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा शङ्खं चक्रं जलौकां दधतममृतकथं चारुदोर्भिश्चतुर्भिः सूक्ष्मस्वच्छातिहृत्य शोकपरिविलसन् मौलिमं कालाम्बोधोज्ज्वलाङ्गं कटितडविलसत्तारुपीराम्बराट्यं वन्दे धन्वन्तरिं निखिलगणवन प्रौढदात्मीरम् चतुर्मुखसमारम्भा वाग्भटाचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. So, warm good afternoon. I guess it's good afternoon there to one and all. And so, I hope I can start sharing, right?
Yes, Dr. Bharadwaj, you can.
Okay, thank you. So, I'll be, as you all know, I'll be dealing with introduction to Raga therapy, which is a very, very interesting topic, as you all know. And I heard that you all are waiting eagerly for this, and I can try uh, to convey what all I have to say, and I hope you all enjoy the session. So let's begin. First of all, it's raga therapy. The word raga. Before getting into the word raga, we'll have to know what sound is, because sound is the basic thing, basic part of any raga, or speaking more superficially, any music. So, what is actually sound? You all might be knowing what it is, but I'm just reminding you all the old concepts, and I'm just putting it in front of you in a very organized way. So, sound is produced when an object vibrates, creating a pressure wave. So, anything that moves periodically, it can produce a sound. That's one of the basic things that we need to understand. And another thing is that every object in this universe is always in motion. So every object, in the sense, even if it is a small atom, uh, you can see an electron moving periodically. And even if you consider big galaxies, all the planets are in continuous motion. So every object in the universe is continuously in motion, and all the moving objects, every time it produces a sound wave. That's the first thing that you need to understand. So how can we approach the concept of sound therapeutically? That's the next question. So effect of sound on our health. When we say health, does it mean the sound has an effect only on our mental health? That is a common misconception that we find these days, that if we give a music therapy session, people used to ask that it affects only our mind, and we tend to have a particular mood to listen to the music and all. So that is actually a very big misconception, because sound has a physical form. Sound, of course, has a physical form, and anything that has a physical form will always interact with all the other physical bodies. So definitely sound does interact with our body, with our physical health as well, just the way, or perhaps more extensively than a sound dealing with our mental health. And I can provide many examples to substantiate this statement. I'm not getting into much technical part, but while explaining the effect of sound on our physical health, Dr. Masaru Emoto is a scientist whom I would like to quote here. Dr. Masaru Emoto was a Japanese scientist, and he was known for his experiments, his studies on water molecules. What he did, he collected many different samples of water in different containers and exposed these water samples to different environment. So what I would like to do is present before you some of the results which he got after those experiments. And my presentation will include only the sound part. He had many range of experiments, but we'll concentrate more on the sound part. So he what he did, he collected many water samples and he exposed these water samples to different kinds of sounds, a variety of sounds. And it is very interesting to see the results. This is the structure of a water molecule. What he did, he exposed water molecule to different sounds, then he crystallized those water particles, and then he observed it under a microscope. That was the main part of the study. So there is a dam called Fujiwara Dam. He collected water from there, and before offering a prayer, before exposing it to a prayer, this was how the structure of the water molecule looked like, and after offering the prayer, it looked just like this. So see how well the water molecules arranged themselves. And this is not the only result. This is the structure of water molecule when it was exposed to the word evil. This was the sample which was exposed to heavy metal music. This was the sample, the structure of the sample that was exposed to Mozart's Symphony number 40. See how beautiful it is. It looks just like a diamond, right? Some precious stone. Then this was the structure which was exposed to Beatles' Yesterday, the song called Yesterday. This was the structure when he exposed the sound to the water molecules to John Lennon's Imagine. So what does this mean? After all, we all know that 3/4 of our body is made up of water. This is just one study. So we are exposing ourselves knowingly or unknowingly to a variety of different sounds daily. And unknowingly, there are many changes, many physical changes that is happening while our body is interacting with all these sounds daily. So just see how interesting this thing is. So I wanted to conclude that definitely sound has a influence. It definitely has an influence on our physical health as well. So sound be influencing the mental realm or the mental part of our health is just a very big misconception. So sorry for the interruption. While any sound wave interacts with the physical body, a sound can influence our mind better when it takes the form of a music. So, sound is there. When it becomes a music, our mind tend to receive it better, in a better fashion. Our mind tend to react to it in a better way. But when it is sound, when it is in a raw form, our mind may not be so much attached or so much influenced by it. But still, if it is a sound in its raw form, it does interact with the physical body. This is just one example. There are a lot of other examples. Even there are examples of sound, the physical influence of sound being used as a bioweapon. Then there was an incident reported by Walt Disney, the famous cartoonist, for one of his animated films, one of his cartoon films. What he did, he changed the frequency of music to 12 hertz. And once he started experimenting with that low frequency sound, for the rest 1 week, he and his entire crew members went sick. They could not get up from the bed. So these are instances that show us that sound influences our, the sound in its raw form influences so much. It has a very big influence on our physical body. But when it becomes a music, our mind tends to react to it better. So music influences both our body and mind, but we need to understand certain physical aspects of music. I'm coming to the raga part. For using music as a therapeutic tool, it is very difficult if we consider the mental part. So we need to understand some of its physical aspects. And to be a little specific, I would like to consider the part called frequency. You all might have heard what frequency is. We have learned about it in our elementary class. Frequency is defined as the total number of waves produced by the vibrating body which is producing sound in 1 second. So the number of waves in 1 second gives us the frequency of the sound. And we all know that the auditory range of human ear, humans can detect sound in a frequency range from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. That's 20,000 hertz. So what this means is that if an object vibrates and for our ear to perceive the sound produced by the object, the minimum number of vibrations it should have in 1 second is 20 hertz. Less than that, our ears won't hear it as a sound. And the upper limit is 20,000 hertz. So that is what frequency is about. And I'm slowly coming to the musical part. Between this 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, this was an observation made. There are 12 distinct frequencies. These 12 frequencies can be differentiated from one from the other by the human ear, and these 12 distinct frequencies tend to keep repeating throughout the 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz auditory range. And interestingly, these 12 distinct frequencies are the 12 notes that you find in an octave. You know what octave is in a keyboard? That is the picture which I have given there. So in this octave, in this set of keys, these are the 12 notes, which are the 12 distinct frequencies that human ear can differentiate in this 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, that auditory range. This 12 distinct frequencies, which can be musically called as the 12 notes, are this as a universal concept and has been made used by every forms of music, including the Indian classical music. The only difference is that the names tend to change. Here it starts from C, then it goes to C sharp, then it goes to D. So when we translate it to the Indian classical music, we have Sa in the position of C. We have Re in the position of D. We have Ga in the position of E. That's the only change. But even if it is the Western music, even if it is the Eastern music, even if it is the classical music, every system of music use these 12 distinct frequencies. And another concept that gains so much importance when we translate sound to music is resonance. So resonance is actually, it takes place when the sound produced by an object while it vibrates is at the same frequency as the sound wave from another um, wave. So this again give you an analogy. Consider that we are seeing so many children. We are just watching so many children. Among those children, if we find a pair of twins, what will be the feeling that we have in our mind? We get a pleasant feeling, right? We have a sense of euphoria or a happy feeling, a type of joy, a joyous feeling. That is the case with the sense organ called as eye. Same happens with the sense organ called as ear also. We tend to hear, we tend to respond to so many different sounds, which are in a very different range of frequencies. But when our ear tend to hear two sound waves, two sound that have their waves in the same frequency, that means when resonance occurs, it produces a happy feeling. It produces a sense of euphoria in our mind. So resonance is a very, very important concept that happens, that gains importance when we translate sound to music, or when music is evolved from sound. Coming to more detail, what are the three basic steps that takes place when a music piece is evolved from sound? It involves three parts. The first step is producing a framework of sound. We just produce a framework of sound. Musically, this is called as the pitch in which the musician is going to operate, or the music piece is going to operate. So this framework of sound is to be produced as the first step. And the second step, so the production of this framework of sound is in fact an indirect indication, and it is a way of communicating to the listeners. It is a different way, it is an indirect way of telling the listeners that I am going to operate in this framework. That is the first part of evolution of music from sound. The second part involves creating a sound in resonance with the framework. That is when the music actually starts. And third, so we have established a framework. And then the third part is traveling in all possible ways. There are very, very, very different possible ways in which we can travel with our voice or with our instrument. So, traveling in all possible ways without deviating from the framework that we have set up in the first part. That is the third step of evolution of music from sound. So, that is these three steps are very essential for making music from sound. I've just given a picture of different steps. Like the steps are same, but you can traverse it in very, very different number of ways. You can climb two steps at a time. You can climb three steps at a time. Initially, you can climb two steps, then you can climb one step. So these are the different possibilities of traversing the same pathway or the same track, the same framework. I can explain this to you. I can give a demonstration that makes it more clear to you. So first of all, I'm going to produce a framework of sound, and that is called the pitch. We call it Shruti in Carnatic music. So that is the first part. So I'm going to create a framework of sound. Just listen. This is the first part. It's just a sound. And second, if I'm going to sing, I'm going to create a resonance with this framework. So if I sing, That is not in resonance with this framework. If I sing, that is not in resonance. So how to sing in resonance with this framework? It sounds something like this. So this is called singing in pitch. That is the second part. Now the third part is traveling from this fixed point to all the ways which I wish. So I'll just travel. Instead of this if I make use of the notes in Carnatic music, the sarigama padanisa, all the swaras, it sounds something like this. Sa ni re ni ga re ma pa ma da re ni ra sa. So what I did, I just created music from sound. This is the basic steps involved in evolution of music from sound. And this is what you should understand. Traveling through different paths. I already told you there are very, very different diverse pathways which we can traverse while traveling with sound. And traveling through different paths give us very different experiences. That is here we are slowly coming to the raga part. So I can just demonstrate how traveling through different paths give you different experiences. For that, I think I will take use of some universal music. Some nursery rhyme will be appealing to every listeners. I think so. So I'll take some nursery rhyme like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, probably, or I think Johnny Johnny Yes Bapa would be bit more apt for the situation because that is a conversation between two people. So if I sing the Johnny Johnny Yes Papa just as the way it sounds something like Johnny Johnny Yes Papa, eating sugar no Papa, telling lies no Papa, open your mouth ha ha ha. That is the basic pathway in which this rhyme travels. And what experience, what emotion does it give? It gives a happy feeling, right? Because this rhyme is meant for nursery students, small kids, and definitely it has to be something happy. But I'll show you how the experience changes when we change the notes, when we change our pathway of traveling. When we travel through a different pathway, it can sound something like this. Mm, Johnny, Johnny, yes, Papa. Eating sugar, no, Papa. Telling lies, no, Papa. Open your mouth, ha, ha, ha. It gives an entirely different experience, right? So this sounds like a papa scold, ready to, a very strict papa who is ready to scold Johnny for stealing and eating the sugar from the kitchen. So this gives a strict feeling, the feeling of a strict daddy about to scold. So that gives a different emotion. Still, I can change the pathway and I can change the experience. I'll try a third pathway. It sounds something like mm, Johnny, Johnny, yes, Papa, eating sugar, no, Papa, telling lies, Snow Papa, open your mouth. Ha ha ha. So, what was the emotion that was created? It creates a very sad feeling, right? So, this gives you a picture of Johnny and father coming from a very poor family, and their sugar supply has been exhausted. And there was this last sugar cube which Johnny stole and ate. And finally, now they are exhausted of all the sugar supply, and they have a gust to serve tea. So they'll have to serve without sugar. It gives such a sad feeling, right? So this is how traveling through different paths can actually change the emotion. And just imagine, what if we have a guide who tells us that we have some guide who tells us if you take this path, you'll be having this experience. If you take the other path, you'll have another experience. So based on the experiment that we need, we can choose the path. And the role of this guide is played by Indian classical music. And to be specific, that is what a raga in Indian classical music does. Coming in detail to what a raga is derives its name from Sanskrit. It means color or passion, and it is very closely related to emotion. It can be either positive emotion or it can be negative emotion. Sometimes we even consider raga as a cause of disease. The raga attachment. We start Ayurveda Ashtanga Hridaya by telling Raga the Rogan. Raga is considered as the first among the list of rogas. Attachment. That is a different sense. That gives a negative sense, but basically Raga means color or passion. And you can Google the word Raga and you can find n number of definitions from different aspects. But based on continuation, based on the what we have spoken till now, I would like to define ragas as carefully planned and highly systematic pathways that give you a particular experience. So this can mean each raga gives you with a different experience, a different emotion. And the for using these ragas or using music therapeutically, raga is the best tool which you can use, because Indian classical music has a very systematically arranged form of these ragas, even if it is Hindustani or even if it is Carnatic music. We have a highly systematic arrangement of all the ragas, and each ragas, this can be universal because these ragas basically tend to make use of all those frequencies, all the 12 frequencies that we spoke about in the beginning. So each raga can render you with a different experience, and a database created like this raga can give you this experience. Such a database created can be very useful in therapeutics. So even if in fact the raga therapy should be highly customized, it should be customized, but you can do that yourself, because if you are a listener of a particular genre of songs, say Bollywood songs, and your medical condition requires the use of a particular raga, say Vrindavana Sarangi. That is a raga that is used both in Carnatic and Hindustani music. So your condition requires Vrindavana Sarangi, and but you like to hear more of Bollywood songs. So what you can do, you can just Google it. You can Google Vrindavana Bollywood songs in Raga Vrindavana Sarangi, and then you are going to get a very big list of Bollywood songs which you can use both therapeutically and also for leisure, for a refreshment. That is the main advantage when we approach the therapeutical part of music therapy using ragas. And for your information, I'd like to mention some of the ragas and their therapeutic effects. Ahir Bhairavi is a raga which we use to get relief from high BP and it is good for treating indigestion. It is good for treating rheumatic arthritis. Then there is this raga called Gharahara Priya, where we use it for neurotic disorders, depression, etc. Hamsadwani is used for easing tension. Kalyani is used in cases of fear and anxiety. Maya Malavagola is used, it can neutralize the toxins, it counters pollution, etc. So, this is the basic idea of how we use ragas therapeutically. And I would like to move on to the therapy part. We'll just try the therapy part. We'll just try to have a raga therapy session. I'd like to quote that where words fail, music speaks, and where medicines fail, music heals. Thank you. So before moving on to the therapy part, I guess we'll take up a few questions, right?
Or we can do after the therapy session or therapy raga,
Okay,
whatever
okay,
you decide, Dr. Bharadwaj.
okay. I thought it will be good if just after the presentation, if there are some doubts, we'll try
Yes,
to
yes,
address that.
yes. Yes, you're right. So that soon after the therapy session, we can all be addressed. Please feel free to ask any question if you have for Dr. Bharadwaj or relating to the raga therapy.
Could you please put that slide back where you were explaining, Bharvi, what the conditions? Then we can ask questions of that. Na?
Sure, I'll do that. I'll do that.
Yeah, because I couldn't read all of them. It was, then you went to the next slide.
Okay, okay.
Because that is very important. Na?
Yes.
Yes.
I think this part, right?
Yeah, this one. Na? Thank you very, very much. Dhanyavad.
Okay, sure.
Sorry, I just had one quick question, if I may, please.
Sure, definitely.
Yes, so I just wanted to clarify. So if you're suffering from arthritis,
Yes.
if you listen more to, is it Ahir Bharavi Raga?
Yeah, Ahir Bhairavi.
And how many times in a day do you need to listen to make any difference to your arthritis? Continuously during the day, or how does it work?
You can do it in two different ways. Like the first thing is, if you have a control over your working atmosphere. For instance, if I have a clinic, I'm a doctor by profession. So when I have a clinic, I am in control of the clinic. So I can just put a music system, a sound system in the clinic, and I can choose the ragas in Ahir Bhairavi if I want to concentrate more on rheumatic arthritis, and I can just play it throughout the day, just in a very small volume. That that is actually practiced in India in so many places. I just told you an example of the clinic, but even if it is another office where you can you can have a say on doing these type of reforms, then it will be well and good. But otherwise, to customized while doing the customized therapy, we usually give it for 20 to 40 minutes. That is the usual time period which we give the therapy session for. So, and we advise it twice in a day. And we have a problem of using this headsets, but still heads, because it is not so good for our ears. So if you have a good sound system, that will be better than using headsets.
Okay, thank you. That's very useful to know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dr. Saab, can we get to these ragas on a tape? Have you done them? Because
in fact, it is now available in YouTube. very
Okay.
extensively. Yeah, it
Okay.
is there because even if you want to hear a classical music in Ahir Bhairavi, that is there,
Mhm.
vocal is there. But we extensively use flute music and the Hindustani string instrument music. Those are the instruments which we use very extensively for treatment because the quality, the tonality of those instruments, especially if the flute is a bass flute, if it is a bansuri, the
Mhm.
tonality of the instrument can very much be supportive to the therapy session. So that is what we use. And I would like to suggest the best music pieces that I use for treatment is by Rakesh Chaurasia. Even I am using that
Okay.
today also.
Mhm. Mhm.
You might have heard about
Oh,
Rakesh
yes, he's
Chaurasia.
very famous, Sanjay.
Right. Rakesh Chaurasia is a very awesome flautist, and he is the nephew of Pandit Hari Prasad Chaurasia,
Mhm.
who is another great flautist. So this Rakesh Chaurasia has done many pieces along with collaboration with many other musicians, and he has done many music pieces exclusively for music therapy, and we get to use those pieces very extensively.
Thank you very much. The last question. Does this help chronic pains as well? This rag, the flute?
Chronic pains, because the chronic pains actually it helps, but most often it gives symptomatic relief.
Mhm.
That is another problem which we have, because we have not yet figured out which frequency can physically alter the provide the desired result. That is still being researched upon. So most often the pain has a very big mental element too.
Mhm.
Right. So for that purpose, using these songs can give symptomatic relief in chronic conditions, but we cannot get a complete result, or we cannot get a result from the root. We cannot cure the disease from the root using this. Not yet. I would like to tell not yet, because I am sure if we figure out the secret between frequency and the disease condition, how the ragas influence the disease condition physically. If we figure it out, it will be very big tools, very important tools these ragas can be in treating the chronic conditions. As of now, we just have symptomatic relief. That's it.
Thank you very much. That's very
Om,
helpful.
Dr. Ji, what can the patient do to help get the maximum benefit when you play the music?
Yeah, right. Because when we play the music, if it is very difficult in a group therapy session, because even Ayurveda treats each person as different. Even there is this thing called prakriti, and before we prescribe a medicine, we have to have not only roga pariksha or the examination of disease, we also tend to have rogi pariksha and the examination of the patient, because each patient is unique. So what happens if two patients come with the same medical condition? We tend to prescribe different medicines for those two people. That is because there is a uniqueness in each person, and there is a difference in how a person's body reacts to the medicines, whatever it might be, even if it is a music. So customization of treatment is very important. So if customization of treatment is possible in a music therapy session, that is the best thing that you can do to get maximum result. And secondly, we have to check. I'll tell you an example. Just as I told before, if we find that, say, Ahir Bhairavi Raga is good for treating indigestion. So there is this song in Ahir Bhairavi that is called Pibare Ramarasam. You might have heard. It's actually a bhajan. I'll just sing it for you. Pibare Ramarasam Vasude Pibare Ramarasam Pibare Ramarasam. So this is Ahir Bhairavi. If I give this music piece as a medicine to someone who is very much hesitant to classical music, most often he tends to sleep because there is a fixed feeling in his mind that I am hesitant to classical music. I hate classical music. So what happens when we give this Pivare Ramarasam to a person suffering from indigestion? He won't be, who is not interested in classical music, that gives us very less result. So what we have to do, we have to check the interest of the patient also. That is what I mean by customization of treatment. So in Ayurveda, we have a concept. We have to treat a patient by checking the Hita and Priya. Hita is what is beneficial for the particular medical condition of the patient, and Priya is what is liked by the patient. Both are to be considered. So if I want to treat a patient who is having indigestion and who is hesitant to classical music but very fond of Bollywood music, I can just choose a Bollywood music in Raga Ahir Bhairavi. That can give the best result. So giving classical music to anyone very effective. We have to check both Hita and Priya of the patient. I hope I answered your question, right?
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Right, we can start to practice now.
Okay, sure. So what I'm planning to is that because it is a group therapy session, I think we'll first go with a simple first. What you have to train your mind is to follow. I told you about different pathways, right? So I'll just be singing. I'll just go through different pathways which I wish, and you should train your minds to follow the pathway that I am going in. So what happens? You can just close your eyes, sit comfortably, just close your eyes, and then just listen to what I'm singing. Just listen to the pathway that I'm taking you along with me, and just listen to yourself, just observe yourself, what emotions are coming in your mind. Slowly open your eyes. I guess you were able to follow the path which I traversed. Then we'll get on to a little bit more lengthier session where I would like to club the basics of yogic meditation along with music. Because it is a community therapy session, I'd like to club both the meditative session, the yogic meditation, along with music. So I'll be putting a music shruti or a pitch behind and slowly follow my instructions. First of all, be seated and sit comfortably. Seat yourself comfortably and let your body be relaxed. And close your eyes with normal breathing. Relax your body. Relax your body completely. What I'm doing is I'm making use of the resonance part of the music to guide you. So sit comfortably and relax yourself. Relax completely. Slowly bring your attention to your toes, the edge of your toes. Let your toes be relaxed completely. Relax your toes completely. Relax. Slowly bring your attention to the foot of your legs. Relax your foot. Relax completely. Relax. Relax. Gently bring your attention to your heels. Relax your heels completely. Relax. Now slowly relax your calf muscles. Your calf muscles are getting relaxed. Relax. Relax. Slowly bring your attention to your knees. Relax your knees completely. Relax. Now relax your thighs completely. Relax. Relax. Now relax your hip area. Your hip portion is getting relaxed completely. Relax. Relax. Bring your attention to your lower back. Relax your lower back completely. Relax. Release all the stress and strain that your lower back has. Relax your lower back completely. Slowly bring your attention to your abdomen. Relax your abdomen completely. Relax. Relax. Slowly bring your attention to your chest region. Relax your chest completely. Relax. Relax. Now slowly, very slowly, bring your attention to your both hands. Relax them completely. Relax. Relax your upper arm. Relax your elbows. Relax your lower arm. Relax your fingers. Relax your fingers completely. Bring your attention to your shoulder and neck area. Relax your shoulder and neck area completely. Relax. Now slowly bring your attention to your head. Slowly relax your eyes, relax your nose, relax your mouth, relax your ears. All the stress and strain is getting relieved. You are going to relieve your head from all the stress and strain. Relax completely. Your body is completely relaxed. Relax. Relax completely. Relax completely. Now focus on your breathing. Let's start deep inhalation and exhalation. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Deep inhalation. Exhale deeply. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Observe your mind. See if any thoughts are coming in your mind. You are going to take your soul out. You are going to get out of your body and you are going to enter a new realm. You are going up. You are soaring high up and you are floating through the clouds. Visualize your soul floating through the clouds and you can hear a music coming and you are following the music. You have reached a garden full of beautiful flowers, beautiful trees, butterflies, birds. You're not alone, you're in a group along with your loved ones. And you are following the music. You are following the music. And as you see, as you observe, you can observe that all the positivity from all the beautiful things that you see, all the beautiful flowers, all the beautiful trees, all the beautiful flowers, and all your loved ones, complete positivity is entering yourself. You are filling yourself with positivity, complete positivity. You have got rid of all negativity and you filled yourself with complete positivity. And as the music flows, you can feel the flow of positivity in your body. With all those positivity loaded in you, you are going to enter back into your body. Slowly, you are returning. Very slowly, you are returning. Slowly, slowly, the soul is entering the body. And as the soul is entering your body, you can feel a warmth in your body that is spreading all across your body. Slowly, the soul has entered your body completely. You can still hear the music. You can still feel the positivity. Inhale deeply and inhale all the positivity. And you are going to exhale out all the negativity. Let's do deep inhalation and exhalation. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale the positivity. Exhale the negativity. Inhale all the positivity. Exhale the negativity. You are coming back to this world. Slowly feel that all your body parts are gaining strength. Slowly tighten all body parts from your tip of your toes to the tip of your hair. Slowly come back and slowly keep your palms and rub them very intensely to produce heat. Rub your palms, rub your palms, rub your palms, and keep and place your palms over your eyes and spread the heat all across your face and slowly feeling the heat, feeling that warmth. Slowly open your eyes with a beautiful smile. Slowly come back to this world. That's it. Thank you all for cooperating. I hope you all enjoyed the session.